What's up, everybody? So this is a strip that we're going to plant borderline. We did it last year, but we got taken over by weeds, overrun. And one thing I did notice was we just started to see some of these grasses come up last year, and we kind of ran out of time. We were almost forced to. Had a rain coming, just getting late into June, not late into June, but too late for the borderline. So we had to put it down. Got overrun by, if you can see behind me, got these little grasses coming up. This is exactly what happened last year, but we're still in very early June here, and we're one step ahead of the game. So what I'm going to do right now is, while this is already disked and tilled up, I'm going to go through and spray this right now. It greened up. I'm going to spray it and kill off this grass that's just trying to come up, and then tomorrow I'm going to go ahead and plant this, and Tuesday, 2 days from now, we got 90% chance of rain. So hopefully this dies off real nice and the other borderline seeds germinate, and then we should be out in front of everything, and this should be a completely different result, I'm hoping, here in into August. So we'll see what happens, but changing up a step here, taking an extra step that we didn't do last year to try to improve our borderline. I should explain really quick why we're putting the borderline right here. So this hillside we have is essentially a bedding area. Our property goes up that hill a little bit. It's about 7 or 8 acres of a bedding area. It's thick and low cover, so we don't hunt in there a ton. We walk up this fence row right here to get in to our gilly blind that's on the other side of this field right here, which is where our corn and our beans are. But the deer like to be in here. Like I said, they bed right in here, and this is elevated a little bit, so if we don't have a screenage right here, we're just exposed to this whole bedding area, and we just don't like pressure in the deer. So we put the screenage right here. That way we can drive this fence line. I got about 10 to 15 feet inside the fence. We can drive it or we can walk it, and nothing really knows that we're cruising back and forth on this fence line. So it's a huge benefit to us to stay concealed, getting in and out of this blind right here. It just allows a major benefit to access. All right, ladies and gentlemen, getting ready to put in the borderline from Big Tine. I just turned this one more time last night. I came through and I actually sprayed this again because, as I explained last night, we did the same thing last year in 2 spots and we got overrun by grasses and weeds. And if you do that if that happens with this sorghum, this borderline, you're just not gonna get the production. You're not gonna get what you want out of it. So you gotta make sure the weeds are controlled. We turned this, I don't know, about 2 weeks ago, and actually let it green up again, and came through and sprayed it again last night. Hit this grass with a little more Roundup. I came through, I tilled it one more time just to get some fresh dirt, got some good fertilizer on here, and now I'm gonna run through and broadcast with the hand spreader the borderline. And I may run over it a few times with the 4-wheeler because that's an important step, but we have a 90% chance of rain coming in late tonight and for a good portion of tomorrow. So with this fresh dirt clumped up like this, when that I've found that when you get a rain right after it, it likes to settle. It kind of flattens out and settles, so that helps cover the seed a ton. It doesn't happen if you don't get a rain right after it. It'll stay chunky, but if you get a rain right after this, this will kind of flatten out and settle, and that will help cover this seed up. So I'll run over it a few times with the 4-wheeler, but I'm not gonna go crazy with it because the dirt is gonna settle right over top of this seed, and I think it's gonna set up very nice. This should be a big improvement from the borderline that we had here last year. Did that strip up by the fence. Got a little one here and this little one here. So it's real thick right now, but right behind, this is just a little creek right down in here, and it's just a little hedgerow, a little wood line. You can actually see the cornfield right through the trees right there. So when everything defoliates in the fall, leaves fall down, we're exposed. Still got cover, but we're exposed to the corn and bean field. Did put corn up on that side to screen us off a little bit more. But we're putting borderline right here because we'll walk right down this fence and you take a left and the blind is right through the trees right there. So you just hop through the trees and we're covered up. So as soon as you get out of the blind, you just pretty much get down the ladder, duck down into the creek, and you are good. Undetected to get in and out. So this borderline, like I said, we did things a little bit different this year, took an extra step to spray down the green up that was coming up, and we should get a good stand this year. It worked last year. It definitely gave us cover getting in and out. It just only got about 5 feet tall. So hopefully get about 7, 8, 9 feet out of it, and we'll be golden this year.